The 2024 Renault Scenic E-Tech vs 2024 Renault Rafale Compact Coupe comparison. Let's compare the 2024 Renault Scenic E-Tech vs Renault Rafale Compact Coupe in detail. Renault Scenic MPV is being reborn as this all-electric SUV, unveiled at the 2023 IAA Munich Motor Show. An entirely predictable development given the MPV's plummeting popularity. The Scenic was pulled from UK sale in 2019, and almost all its peers have been axed too. Nonetheless, the revamped Scenic promises to be faithful to the original's philosophy, at least, putting its occupants first with lashings of space, safety, and well-being features. It also has a profound and welcome focus on sustainability. Read on for full details and specs of the all-new Scenic E-Tech Electric, which arrives on the UK market in spring 2024. What's Scenic about AN? Other SUV. As with the original, the Scenic is the Megane E-Tech's bigger brother. Indeed, the groundbreaking compact original MPV was named Megane Scenic initially. That means it shares the electric hatchback's CMFF platform and entry-level 60 kWh battery, though it's 269 mm longer and has 99 mm more steel between the wheels to boost cabin space. 2024 Renault Rafale Coupe SUV debuts with 300 horsepower. The top version has AWD courtesy of a rear electric motor. Coupe SUVs used to be reserved for the luxury segment, but Renault took the body style mashup mainstream with the compact Arkana introduced a little over 3 years ago. Fast forward to mid-2023, the company with the diamond logo is introducing a larger model named after a 1934 racing plane. Meet the Rafale, a D-segment swoopy sport utility vehicle serving as the brand's first model to fully embrace the new design language. It utilizes the fresh front grille design and new matrix LED light signature as the recently facelifted 2024 Clio. Much like the Super Mini, it's offered in a flagship Esprit Alpine trim, also available for the E-Space, from which it has inherited the 2.74-meter, 107.8-inch wheelbase. Because of its sloping roofline, it can't match the practicality of the conventionally styled SUV, but it still offers a generous cargo capacity of 530 liters, 18.7 cubic feet, with the rear seats in place. 2024 Renault Scenic E-Tech, a handsome, nicely proportioned car with its wheel at each corner stance and low roof, more than 30 mm lower than the original domed Scenic and many contemporary SUVs. That's no mean feat for an EV with a 2-tier battery under the floor. While a shimmering grille full of Renault diamond shapes is eye-catching, it's reminiscent of Peugeot's approach, as are the vertically arranged, half-rim by LEDs. Surely no coincidence, given Renault poached the Lion brand's design director Gilles Vidal 2 years ago, and this is his first Renault. Customers can pair 6 exterior paints with a black or gray gloss roof for a two-tone effect. Roof rails are standard. Range-enhancing aerodynamic features including air ducts under the day, running lights, DRLs, flush door handles, aerodynamic wheel covers, and a squared-off bumper to sever the air to reduce drag. It loses the E-Space's third row, as Renault intends to sell the Rafale only with 5 seats, with minimal rear headroom loss despite the coupe-like roofline. The new arrival in Renault's growing lineup stretches at 4.71 meters, 185.4 inches, and is 1.86 meters, 73.2 inches, wide, while having a massive 1,470 x 1,117 mm, 57.8 x 43.9 in, panoramic glass roof that can go from fully opaque to fully transparent. It has 2 additional settings, since the front section can be opaque while the rear is transparent, or vice versa. 2024 Renault Scenic E-Tech high-tech glass roof to lift the cabin. The interior design feels more exceptional, starting with the packaging. The Scenic is compact at 4,468 mm long, but the boot is a decent 545 liters, while its 2,784 mm wheelbase makes for rear knee and headroom that vies for class leading, Renault claims. That headspace can be enhanced by a high-tech glass roof, called Solarbe, whose polymer dispersed liquid crystals can switch from opaque to clear at the touch of a button. Voice commands can also tell it to shade only the front or rear sections. Eschewing a motorized sun blind makes it more compact and saves up to 8 kilograms, says Renault. Half of all Scenic glass is recycled, and 90% can be reused at the end of the vehicle's life. 2024 Renault Rafale should look more imposing in real life than the E-Space, considering the wider axles, plus 4 cm, and chunky 245mm tires. Another novelty is represented by the evolution of Renault's rear-wheel steering to improve grip and cornering speed on uneven surfaces. The Rafale gets exclusive satin pearl white and alpine blue paint colors, with the latter being a more intense blue shade than on the A110. Inside, the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster is joined by a 12-inch portrait-oriented touchscreen to echo many of Renault's latest models, including the Megane E-Tech Electric where it was installed first. Running on Android Automotive 12, the infotainment supports wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Customers will be able to get the coupe SUV with a 9.3-inch head-up display projecting the relevant info onto the windshield. The original Scenic's fold-down trays were a novelty in the 90s, and the new Scenic echoes this with a neat rear armrest. This has fold-out stands for the kids to watch movies on their tablets, which it can also stow or power from 2 USB-C ports, alongside 2 drink holders. Upmarket iconic trim features lindenwood trim picked from sustainable forests, and ambient lighting can adjust in step with humans' circadian rhythms to reflect the time of day, cool during sunlight, warmer at night. Among the 50 apps in the Google-driven infotainment is Song Pop, where occupants try to name that tune by tapping answers on their smartphones. And when you park up to charge, powered seats can shift into a relaxed position and perform massages, while the infotainment, ambient lighting, USB chargers, and glass roof remain powered for 45 minutes. Rafale power is provided by a hybrid setup combining a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine with a pair of electric motors. The 1.2-liter gasoline unit produces 130 HP, 96 kilowatts, and 205 nanometers, 151 lb-ft, of torque, while the main e-motor is rated at 70 HP, 50 kilowatts, and 205 nanometers, 151 lb-ft. As for the secondary e-motor, it's a starter generator with 34 HP, 25 kilowatts, and 50 nanometers, 37 lb-ft. Combined, Renault touts a total output of 200 HP to mirror the e-Space. At a later stage, the Rafale will receive a newly developed plug-in hybrid setup featuring 300 HP and all-wheel drive by installing an electric motor at the rear. It too will have the updated rear-wheel steering along with model-specific chassis tuning. New Scenic E-Tech, battery, range, and charging. The Scenic will be available in standard or long-range spec. The latter has a more powerful motor turning the front wheels, punchier DC charging capability and quicker acceleration. See the full specs for both models below. 2024 Renault Scenic standard range. Battery, 60 kWh. Motor, 125 kilowatts, 168 bhp, and 207 pounds-foot. 0 to 62 miles per hour acceleration, 9.3 sec. Range, 261 miles. Max charge rate, 130 kilowatts DC. 2024 Renault Scenic high range. Battery, 87 kWh. Motor, 160 kilowatts, 215 bhp, and 221 pounds-foot. 0 to 62 miles per hour acceleration, 8.4 sec. Range, 385 miles. Max charge rate, 150 kilowatts DC. Using the Google-based Journey Planner, which even considers wind direction and speed to predict electricity consumption, the Scenic will precondition the battery as it approaches a charging stop. Renault claims the car can recover 50 kWh on a 150 kilowatts charger in 30 minutes. All Scenics have a heat pump to efficiently warm the battery or the cockpit, boosting range. Renault also says revised cell chemistry makes the battery 6% more power dense than the Megane E-Tech is. What's Renault saying about Scenic dynamics? The CMF-EV platform, which underpins the Nissan Ariya and Megane E-Tech, is a decent foundation. It's light compared with many peers. The 87 kWh bigger battery Scenic weighs 1,842 kilograms, and it has a multi-link rear axle which should help with comfort and dynamics. The Scenic has the same steering ratio as the Megane EV, which should translate into quick responses. Renault claims the chassis resists roll well, so that should deliver an agile car, which sounds somewhat at odds with the occupant-oriented focus.